Hello, I wanted to do a quick review of this Final Fantasy book, which is now available once again. It's been reprinted. This went out of print for quite some while, and they were going on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money. However, you can get the exact same thing now for retail price. In the UK, it's going for £40. I believe in America, it's $60 retail price. This is the Sky, the Art of Final Fantasy. It covers all the Final Fantasy games. This is the box on the outside. The letter has that 3D feel to it, and of course the artist is Amano. This is the box that it comes in. Unfortunately, you will see in the top corner here, it's dented. That's because Amazon chose to put this really incy box to wrap this up, and this thing weighs quite a bit. I mean, this thing's probably 6 kilos, I would say. It's a very heavy book, and if you're ordering it, my advice would be not to order it from Amazon, because as you can see up here, it's dented because they've literally put, this is all the protection, that is all they've put between that and the little thin cardboard box that's obviously been banging around in the van, in the delivery van, and that's damaged it. So I think I'll be reordering it somewhere else again and actually picking it up from a comic shop. The box is literally wrapped up with this on the back, which just gives you a bit of information about the volumes inside. It has the individual prices back here, and let's go open it up. It comes in this very nice case. It's a hard cardboard case. You have this little slip-in section here, and you can just pull on the ribbon, and inside you have the 3 volumes there. Just before I get those out, let me show you the back. On the back it basically tells you book 1 covers Final Fantasy 1 to 3, 4 to 6, and then 7, 8, 9 and 10. So let me go get these out. I couldn't find my tripod, so excuse the slightly shaky camera work. But let's take a look. All the books, obviously hardback, very, very good quality books. You don't need to worry if you open to a middle page of a book if the spine is going to crack. The spine is glued very, very well on this thing. It doesn't look like it's going to crack or anything. But what you're seeing, I mean, for those that don't know, there's absolutely no, this isn't a comic book, there's no story, it's not a graphic novel. This is literally just the art from the Final Fantasy comics. Let me go ahead and get book 2, or better still, book 3, which covers Final Fantasy 7, which I'm sure is what most people will be wanting to see. Book 2 is by far the biggest. Give you a quick preview of this actually before we move on. Artwork in here is really good. Paper, very good. It feels like it's 100-gram gloss paper. Artwork is fantastic. It's all by the same guy, so if what you're seeing on screen you're not really digging, you're not really liking this stuff, then you're probably not gonna like what's in it, because it does all, you know, you can easily tell without even knowing who the artist is when you go through these books that these were done by the same artist. My only real complaint to this was that, unfortunately, Final Fantasy 7 was by far my favourite game, but unfortunately it has by far the shortest amount of space taken up in the book by it. This is Final Fantasy 7 section. It's at the beginning of the 3rd book. I really do like the artwork. I was really tempted to buy 2 copies, and in one of the copies cut out some of the artwork and frame it. But what you're seeing here is from Final Fantasy 7. And again, the book is binded together very, very well. So you can do this without worrying too much about the spine. As you can see, it's very tough. There's not any pages coming away, and I've opened this and closed it quite a few times. You do tend to lose a bit of the art, as you can see here. This it's supposed to, when you hear, you do tend to lose a bit of the art in between the binding there. Not that big of a deal, it's not noticeable too much since most of the art only takes up one page, but I'll continue going here. And I think I am nearing the end of the Final Fantasy section. Or the Final Fantasy 7 section, yeah, that is literally it. So it goes to page 21, and let's see if it's one of those that starts at a page that's not actually number 1. And it starts off at page 5432. So it starts off at page 2, it goes to page 21. So from all these books, you've actually only got 20 pages of art that's from the Final Fantasy 7 section, from the Final Fantasy 7 game, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I just wanted to do a really quick review before I sent this in, just to show you guys what kind of artwork is in here. If you're on the fence about getting it and can't find too well, I couldn't find too much on Google myself about the kind of artwork in here. I will be sending this back due to the dent in the top corner, and I'm in two minds if I should just pick out my few favourite pieces of art from this and see if I can buy the prints separately or reorder the whole thing again. You get these 3 books. As I said, 2 is about the size of 1 and 3 put together. Comes in this lovely glossy finished case here. All the letters feel raised, which is very nice. And again, my only advice is going to be don't order it from Amazon, because I've literally lost count the amount of books I've had to return from Amazon because they've come with huge dents. I just got Saga Tradeback Volume 2, and the top corner of the book was completely bent because Amazon chose to put it in literally what was the equivalent of an envelope. It was just some Amazon envelope, gets bashed around in the post. So if you're going to buy anything like this, which is, you know, you're going to want to keep this in pristine condition. The box really is pretty beautiful, and it's just a shame that Amazon don't bother putting decent packaging on stuff like this. I ordered a memory card from them, and it had better packaging and bigger packaging than this humongous book, which goes to show how they work. I've just noticed another dent in the corner as well. Yeah, that's my quick review of that. If you want me to answer any questions or look in any pages and answer any questions relating to any of the actual books, let me know.